Purple Insider Extra. This Purple Insider Extra is brought to you by the Park Tavern in St. Louis Park. Get there October 29th for Park Tavern's legendary Halloween party. Details at parktavern.net. Matthew Coller, the question for this week is, will the Packers bounce back from their 3-3 start?
Yeah, I think that's going to be a really tough task. I mean, you already have Aaron Rodgers kind of questioning the head coach and whether they're putting in too many things that are complicated and should the offense be simplified, especially for the young wide receivers. And I think that before the season, a lot of us, including myself, believed that Aaron Rodgers would just make somebody great. He would pick a favorite receiver and just throw him the ball all the time. And then that guy would become the next Jordy Nelson or the next Devontae Adams. Well, so far, that has not exactly been the case. And the Packers have more or less refused to put effort into improving their receiving core through the draft until they took Christian Watson in this last draft and traded up to do that. But that's a guy who was more of a raw project wide receiver and not somebody who was expected to come in and blow the NFL away right away in his first year. I think it's going to be very difficult for them to solve their biggest problem unless Odell Beckham shows up randomly, or if they make a surprising trade where they get a wide receiver. Even then, though, I think that team has bigger issues beyond just the wide receivers. Their offensive line is not what it used to be and is allowing more pressure on a Rodgers that simply cannot run around back there like he used to be able to do. I think he has to be more of an in-rhythm passer these days, and without great blocking, that's difficult to do. And I think that their defense also has some pretty major questions. I mean, we saw it in week 1 against the Vikings and assumed, well, it's just kind of their first week of the year and who knows, but there's a lot of questions about their defense. Is it aggressive enough? And why are they playing the way that they are in their scheme? And so I think that if you believed that their defense was going to just drive them all the way to a division championship, that has not been the case so far. I do think that at the end of the year, they are still in the playoffs. I think they've got enough talent and a great enough quarterback to overcome and to beat a lot of bad teams in the NFC. But can they win the division? I think that's a tall task for them. Can they be a legitimate contender? It's very hard to see unless, again, there is a major change at wide receiver.
He's not loving it right now.
And that has been another Purple Insider Extra. Go subscribe to the Purple Insider Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next week.